not going in my eggs. San Diego, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, I lost over 100 pounds with VSG surgery, and today's video is going to be a what I eat in a day. For the most part, I'm not really focused on eating in a way that is super restrictive. I'm instead trying to do protein forward meals that also taste really good, as well as keeping my portions relatively small and trying to be as balanced as possible whenever possible. But to be honest with you, I am a 33-year-old child who still has trouble eating a wide range of vegetables, but I'm trying, but that's a work in progress. Before we get into breakfast, I wanna get into the menu for today. So for today's breakfast, we're gonna start off with some protein pancakes. These are not being made from scratch. I'll show you in a second what those look like. And with the protein pancakes, I'm gonna do some chicken sausage. I would do like scrambled eggs, but right now I'm really struggling with the egg ick. So I just cannot even think of an egg right now. So no eggs, just protein pancakes and chicken sausage. To make that a little bit more balanced, I might add some fruit, but we'll see once we get into breakfast. For lunch, I'm thinking some sort of like chicken salad. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make that a sandwich or a wrap or have the chicken salad by itself, but we'll see once it comes time for lunch. We'll see what I'm feeling for. And then for dinner though, I do know for dinner, I'm going to do a like chicken sausage protein pasta. I think some eggs really would have went really well with my breakfast, but I don't know, I just cannot shake the fact that eggs gross me out right now. So let's get into breakfast. All right, so for breakfast, I'm keeping it super simple. This is everything that we need. For the protein pancakes, I'm not gonna be making those from scratch. If you follow me on Instagram, I was talking about Hungry Roots. I do have some content that I'm working with them for that is not this video. This video is not sponsored, but in my Hungry Root order, I got these protein pancakes. The brand is called Crepini, and there's 6 pancakes in here. It says 17 grams of protein, 9 total carbs, 110 calories. And the serving size for this is 3 pancakes, which I think is like a really good amount of pancakes for the macros. Usually I'd be like, I won't do 3, but because I'm only eating pancakes and sausage, I think I actually might try to do the 3, and they're really, really thin. So I think it might be okay. For my sausage, I'm going with my Amy Lou chicken sausages. If you know, you know. These are so good. You can get them in bulk at Costco. Some strawberries, and for my syrup, I'm going to do the Trader Joe's maple butter. This stuff is so good. You may look at this and be like, maple butter, that sounds really, really unhealthy, but actually no. Organic maple butter is literally just maple syrup, and they like whip it to become like a butter consistency. But it's not actual butter. Like there's nothing else in here. The ingredient is in organic maple syrup. That's it. The serving size for this is 2 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons gives you 33 grams of sugar. For the most part, I never actually end up using 2 tablespoons of this stuff, so we'll see. But more than likely, I'll just use about 1 tablespoon of this between the 3 pancakes, if that. Since I've never used this before, I don't even know how to warm it up. If you're wondering what these are, same, me too. It says this is basically like cottage cheese pancakes. The ingredients are cottage cheese, egg whites, whole egg, oat flour, xanthan gum. All right, so it says I can put it in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds, or I can get it a little bit more crisp by warming it up in a pan for 30 to 60 seconds per side. I like a little crunch, so I think that's the option I'm gonna go with. As for the chicken sausages, I like them best when I just warm them up in the air fryer. I've tried it over stovetop before and it was not hitting the same. So I'm gonna pop these into the air fryer on 400 for maybe 8 minutes, and then get to warming these up. For the chicken sausages, I just put it on a little bit of foil. I don't like putting food directly into my air fryer without like something protecting it. I don't know if that's weird, but for this, I do 3 chicken sausages. I want 4. I like even numbers. All right, so that's warming up. I'm gonna wait until it has like a minute left before I start the pancakes. While I do that, I'm just curious, and the thing about vlogging that's difficult is like, y'all are not here. Like nobody's in this room with me right now. So I have no one to talk to. So just talk to me in the comments. What do you do for breakfast when you're looking to make your breakfast a little bit more balanced on the vegetable side? Because I'm really good at eating my fruit. As far as like greens, I eat a lot of spinach and I usually put that into my eggs, but I find that I struggle with having vegetables in my breakfast if I'm not eating eggs. Like eggs, I will make a veggie omelet and throw every vegetable in the world that I have in my fridge into an omelet. But if I don't make eggs, I don't know what to do with a vegetable if it's not going in my eggs. And this isn't even so much, in my mind, it's not so much about weight loss as it is just like overall health. I want to get better at just eating more vegetables and being a grown-up with the way that I eat. With meals like this, I think adding the strawberries are a good touch because strawberries, you know, are low in sugar and they have a lot of fiber. So that's really, really good for your diet. But I like to see a little bit of range of color on my plate. And I feel like getting in that range of color is really easy for me for the other meals of the day. Like for lunch and dinner, I can find ways to add a vegetable, but for breakfast, I don't know if that's just me. But at least I can get my fruit in. At least the strawberries are something to just do a little bit better with having like a balanced meal. And I say that because I feel like, especially for us, if you're watching this and you did have bariatric surgery, or if you're just like on a weight loss journey in general, a lot of the times everyone's like protein, 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 get your protein, get your protein. But there are other nutrients that we need to make sure that we're getting. Protein is important, which is why it's the face of my meals. Like I'm constantly thinking like, how can I get protein in? But I want to do that while making sure to not neglect the other food groups as well. You still want to get your protein, of course, but you want to get in your fats. You want to get in your carbs. You want to get in maybe a little bit of sugar, not too much, but still get some. You want to get in your greens, all the food groups, the complete picture, not just protein. Something people ask me about a lot is my hair, and ask like, what did you do to like not lose a bunch of hair? Like people talk about the fact that my hair is still pretty thick. And I think that was one of the things. Like I think one of the things that I did that allowed me to keep my hair was eating all food groups from pretty early on in my journey. Like I never was a no carb type of person. Like I always made sure to still keep that in my diet and to make sure that I can get in as many of the other food groups as possible. Of course, making sure that you're taking your vitamins as well is important. But overall, you just wanna make sure that you're not lacking nutrients, because nutrient deficiencies can lead to hair loss and a bunch of other stuff that you do not wanna deal with. The sausages are almost done, so I'm gonna take this big frying pan that I have to warm up the protein pancakes. The instructions say to warm it up, but how? Can be a pancake, crepe. Yeah, it doesn't say like if I should put some oil in here or something. My brain is telling me maybe a little bit of butter, so I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do a little bit of just like country crock. It smells really good. Air fryer just finished right as I think these will be done soon. All right. So I'm gonna add some of these strawberries over on this side. And then add the maple butter to the pancakes. I'm literally going into this with no expectations. Like I don't know what a cottage cheese pancake would taste like. It's more so giving cottage cheese crepe though, not pancake, but we'll see. That's really good. And based off the ingredients, it's giving I can make this myself too. Because mostly if you were to make it yourself, it's cottage cheese, eggs, and oat flour. I probably would use almond flour instead. Cottage cheese, eggs, and almond flour. Maybe I'll do that for the next video. I'll try to make these myself. Or maybe I'll perfect the recipe. And then once I got the recipe together, I'll make it for you guys to show you guys how to make it. But this is really good. I think I'm gonna try to eat it like a classy crepe with a strawberry on top. That's really good. This is amazing. Highly recommend these pancakes. Crepini, I think is the name of the brand. Crepini Pancakes is what it says on here. I'll try to link it below if I can link it, or just like spell it out below so you can see what they're called. But I'm definitely gonna figure out how to make these myself because I can make it with less ingredients. Because these are bomb. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of my breakfast off camera and check back in with you either for lunch or a snack or a drink, I don't know, but I'll be right back. No crumbs left. So good. All right, so for lunch, we are gonna go with a chicken salad sandwich. I think I'm going to do it on like the low carb tortillas. Like I like to cut it like a sandwich bread, you'll see. If you've never seen me do that before or you've never tried it, like you have to try it. It's like the perfect flatbread, but I'll show you. For the chicken, we are using Costco brand rotisserie chicken. And I'm just pretty much gonna do my best to get most, if not all, of the chicken off of here and into this Tupperware container. Because although I'm making this for now, I also want to have it so that for the next few days, if I want some chicken salad by itself or in a sandwich, I just have it easily accessible in the fridge. I'm gonna shave off a few parts of it that still have like the skin on it. I started eating this chicken yesterday, but didn't get around to finishing. But I like to eat it also just like warmed up with the skin on like that. So I'm gonna take a few pieces like that, as well as the leg that I didn't already rip up. Y'all wanna hear a funny story that's actually not a funny story, it's actually pretty traumatic. But the other day, I got one of these chickens from Costco, because the Costco rotisserie chicken is the best rotisserie chicken, hands down. Like it's very, very flavorful, never dry. Like it's just the perfect rotisserie chicken. But anyway, I had one of these chickens and I was cutting it up just like I am right now and getting it ready to make this exact chicken salad. And Ryan comes over and she's like, "Oh, that looks like a chicken." And I was like, "Yeah, it is a chicken." And she goes, "No, not a chicken like the chicken we eat, a chicken like the animal chicken. It looks like the animal chicken." And I was like, "Yeah, it is the animal chicken." And she's like, "No, it looks like the animal, not the chicken we eat." And then I keep repeating, "Yeah, it is the animal." And then she just literally goes, and I realized that it was at that moment that I traumatized my daughter and let her know that the animal, we've been eating animals. We've been eating actual chickens. And now she's probably scarred for life. But I also really suck at actually cutting up rotisserie chickens and getting the meat off, because anytime I get to a place in the chicken that gets a little bit too slimy or veiny, I just want to stop and throw the whole thing in the garbage. So I'm trying my best to actually get as much meat off of this as I possibly can before I start making my chicken salad. Something else I like to do with these rotisserie chickens, like once I get to the point where I'm not about to take a single thing else off of this chicken, is I'll just pop the whole thing into a pot with hot water, and like some garlic cloves, maybe like an onion, any sort of like aromatic add-ons, and I'll boil it and make chicken broth out of that. Like I'm telling you, when I buy a rotisserie chicken, I'm getting my money's worth out of every single part of that chicken, because there's so much you can do with these. Like early on in my journey, I would buy rotisserie chickens just to like eat the chicken so that I would be able to have something to eat, and I would just eat just plain rotisserie chicken for my meals, like when I was like, just like when I first started eating solid food. And then I started using it to make a lot of chicken salads in the beginning. Or like if you go to Costco, you can get chicken salad that's made with this chicken. I know someone's probably watching this like, you're leaving so much chicken on the bone. I know. I'm doing my best. When you're watching these videos and you're thinking like, what is she actually doing? Just remember that I'm not a cook. I'm just a girl who likes to eat. Alright, so I did that to the best of my abilities. Put the rest of the chicken back in there because I'm going to use that to make some chicken broth. But here is my cut up chicken. To go in here, I'm going to cut up some red onion. And then I typically never put carrots in this. But I'm looking around and it's just like, I have carrots. And carrots is one of those vegetables to me that don't really taste like nothing. Oh my God, I'm so scared to cut open this onion. Carrots is one of those vegetables that don't taste like much to me. So I feel like that might seem dramatic, but it worked. No tears. So I guess that's how I'm gonna have to chop onions from now on because I'm not dealing with that. As for my carrots, I think I'm just going to like chop them up super, super fine. Just get a handful. Now for the actual chicken salad, I'm going to just kind of do a rough chop of the chicken just to get them into like a little bit more flaky pieces. Now for chicken salad, I'm going to use mayonnaise just because I think that that tastes the best. But I've also done this in a way that is just a little bit less high fat, a little bit lower in calorie, and that's instead of using mayonnaise, to sub the mayonnaise for Greek yogurt. Now, does that taste exactly like regular chicken salad with mayonnaise? No. But does it taste bad? No, it tastes good. I just think for me, it changes the texture a little bit and the taste in a way that I'd rather just do it the normal way. But I just wanted to present that as an option in the case that you are looking for a way to make it a little bit higher in protein and lower in fat and calories. Greek yogurt would definitely be the way to go. Just sub the mayonnaise that I'm gonna add to this for Greek yogurt. All right, so now I'm gonna add in the onion and the carrot, and I'm gonna start slow to make sure I don't add too much. So I'm gonna add about half of it right now. Now I'm gonna add the mayonnaise. For mayonnaise, you wanna add as much or as little as you like. Mayonnaise is one of those things that is very specific depending on the person, how much you want in there. And like I said, you can also choose to not use mayonnaise at all and instead just use Greek yogurt. That's gonna make this even higher protein than it already is and lower fat. And then to make this a little bit special, if you know me, you know that I love pesto, and I love the Costco pesto as well. So when I do chicken salad, I love doing like a pesto chicken salad. But I will not be doing one today because there is mold in here. This is how you know my what I eat in a days really just be what I eat in a day. Like, they're not super well planned out. Like, I'm really just like showing you actually what comes to my brain that I decide to cook. So now I am left with plain chicken salad, which is probably fine. But plain chicken salad isn't really what I wanted today. I went and got some sriracha, and this isn't my favorite brand of sriracha, so I don't mind wasting it, but I don't want to waste all this chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little sriracha just on this piece of chicken to see if I like it, and if I do like it, then I'm gonna go ahead and mix the whole thing up with sriracha and make a sriracha chicken salad. I still don't know how to feel about that. So now I brought over the soy sauce. What the plan is here, I still don't know. My brain is saying maybe add some soy sauce, some sriracha sauce, and maybe like some sweet chili. I do have a sweet chili sriracha, and I can do two at one time. What do you think? What should I do? You answer me like now, because I don't know what to do. All right, some time has passed. I didn't want to make any like quick decisions, but I did decide to go with like a spicy Cajun chicken salad. I went into my pantry. I found that I had this kicking Cajun dressing and dip. It has less than 1 net carb. It's fat-free, and it's Cajun flavored. I've never used it before, but I tasted a little bit and it's really good. So I'm gonna add some of this to the chicken salad. That was probably maybe like 1/4 cup added to the chicken salad, just for like a little bit of flavor, because I'm also gonna add some seasonings in here. Now for seasoning, I'm gonna add a little bit of Creole seasoning. This is the one I like from Cajun's Choice. Not too much, because that does have salt. Now with no salt, I have this one. Once again, I'm not saying that name. I don't know how to say that name. I'm gonna add this. Also going to add some smoked paprika. Give that a nice color. And some black pepper. And then I'm just going to mix this up. Right, so let's taste it to make sure it tastes good, see if I need to add anything. All right, and since my plans got a little bit messed up, what I'm going to do is take this and turn it into like these like pinwheels. So to do the pinwheels, I'm still gonna stick to the plan of using these tortillas. I'm just not gonna use them in the way I was planning on using it. I'm just gonna take the chicken salad and put them on here. And then I'm just going to roll that out and kind of press down as I roll to try to get that roll as tight as possible. That's why I didn't pack it out to the edges, just in case any of that needs to spread. And then because I love spicy food, I'm gonna take my mandolin, put it on, I think this is the thinnest setting. And I'm gonna very thinly slice a jalapeno and kind of garnish . And I'm gonna garnish this with the thinly sliced jalapeno. So let's do like, now depending on your taste buds, you could use as little or none if you really cannot handle spicy food. But I am a spicy food warrior. Like, I love my food to be as spicy as humanly possible. So I'm gonna add a few of these to each one. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a little taste test. Start with, all right, so let's start with this one. The jalapeno. I'm trying to take my time chewing. This is really good, and what I love the most about it is how simple it is. You do not have to do everything that I did. You don't have to add all the Cajun stuff. You couldn't do it regular with just the mayonnaise and like the onions and stuff, or maybe celery. You could do it buffalo chicken. The possibilities are endless, whatever you're feeling for, but do little pinwheels. Pop this in the fridge, and then this can be an easy thing you can take with you to work if you're looking for just like an easy meal prep, because this I think will hold up pretty well in the fridge. And it's high protein, low carb, especially if you swap the mayonnaise for the Greek yogurt. But either way, definitely gonna give you that high protein you're looking for. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of these off camera, and then I'll be back. I don't know if I'm making a coffee today or if I'm gonna go ahead and just have a snack, but either way, I'll be back to show you what I have next. Let me know in the comments what you would have done. Would you have done Cajun? Would you have done buffalo? The pesto I think would have been really good even this way. And like, what flavors am I missing? There should be so many other ways that you could make these pinwheels. And like, regardless of how you choose to make them, I'm sure they're gonna be really good. I love a light lunch, especially because I'm planning on doing the protein pasta for dinner. Like, I didn't want to eat anything that's like too heavy. So I love just like how light and satisfying these are without adding too much carbs or anything, knowing that my dinner is going to be a little bit more carb heavy. I say all the time, I don't count carbs, I don't cut carbs, I eat carbs, but I do just try to be mindful of them just because I have PCOS. I know my body processes carbs differently. So while I don't think it's realistic for me to completely cut them out, I do like to be mindful and try to just keep the balance throughout the day. As far as like not making every meal super carb heavy. Like this was perfect. All right, Ryan's home from school now, so if you hear some noises in the background, that's what that is. I'm gonna just make a nice coffee, and I think I wanna make like a cookie butter almond milk iced coffee. I'm still obsessed with the Nespresso gold espresso, especially the blonde one. The intense one is good too, but the blonde, something about it is just better. I'm not gonna do my to-go cup today since I'm not going anywhere yet, so I'm gonna do it in this like tumbler cup thing that I got from Target. Got some hot water in my kettle. I didn't let it fully boil, but I just wanted it to be warm enough to melt the cookie butter. So I'm gonna just, instead of using my little pour that I usually use, I'm gonna go straight in to the cup. And let's do, it's about 2 teaspoons. Typically I do about 3. The serving size for the cookie butter, this is Trader Joe's cookie butter. It says 16 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons. I'm not gonna use that much, I don't think. I'll use what to me looks like about 1 tablespoon. Then I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Let that melt into the espresso. A little more water. And I'm gonna froth it just a little bit just to get it even a little more combined. ice. Almond milk. And a little bit of sugar-free vanilla. That's it. Let's do a little taste test. Perfect. I tell you, becoming an at-home barista is probably one of the best things to ever happen to me, because I be making my coffee at home in the comfort of my house better than most coffee shops, honestly. All right, let's check back in for dinner. I'm not making dinner yet, but a lot of people have asked me about snacks and like, don't you snack? Where are the snacks in the what I eat in a day videos? And honestly, I don't snack that much. I feel pretty full from the meals that I eat, and I like to focus on getting the 3 meals in so that I don't have the urge to snack. For me, usually wanting to snack is a sign that like I didn't eat enough in the meal that I had right before the snack. That being said, there's an exception to every rule, and every now and then I do want a snack. A rule of thumb for me, something that I always do, is I have a sweet tooth. I love cake and donuts and cookies and all of that kind of stuff. But my rule of thumb is I don't keep it in the house. So I'm not gonna go buy an entire cake and keep it in my house. I'm not gonna buy a bunch of cookies for myself, keep it in the house. The only cookies that are ever in this house are chocolate chip cookies, because I don't really eat that, and that's Ryan's cookies. So I will keep a box of cookies in the house if it's something that I won't eat, like for example, her stuff. But for me, like if I'm out somewhere and I really want some cake or a donut or something, I will just buy it. I'll just buy it for myself while I'm out. But as far as things that I keep in the house, I like to keep things in the house that are just like, still what I like, but just like a little bit better version for you, which brings me to these. So these donut holes, I get them from Sprouts. Originally, I got them in my Hungry Root order. Once again, this video is not sponsored by Hungry Root, but they do have a lot of good options as far as groceries are concerned. A lot of like healthy alternatives. And these donuts were one of those things. Covering my face to get it to focus on the package. But this is from the brand Deux. D-E-U-X. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Hopefully you were able to read it. But these, it's like 6 in this bag. They're dairy-free and gluten-free. They're not no sugar, but they have like less sugar. So for 2 donut holes, it's 15 grams of carbs. 6 of that is sugar, it's added sugar. And from the ingredients list, it looks like that sugar is coming from maple syrup. It also has B12 and L-theanine in here as well. It's not a protein snack, which is part of why I like it, because I'm not a fan of proteiny snacks. Anything that takes too much like protein is just not my vibe. So I like that these are not protein snack, but they're just a little bit of a better for you option than eating a donut. I will eat a donut if I'm out, but I will not buy donuts for the house, if that makes sense. But something like this, I definitely will have, especially because there's only 6 in here. So like, I eat 2 of them at a time, and I just take 2 out the package and put this back in the fridge. And then when it's done, it's done. Opposed to having like a big box of like 50 donut holes. That's a recipe for disaster. To show you what these look like, it just looks like a donut hole. And does it taste like a donut that you would get from like Dunkin' Donuts or something? No. It definitely does taste healthier. Like it tastes like something healthy, but it's also sweet. So it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I just really like them. So that's an example of something that I've been liking as like a little snack as of recent. Another option, and this is nothing new, I really like barbells. So these are a protein snack, but the thing about these Barbells, is actually how you say it, is they don't taste like a protein snack. They kind of just taste like candy, like a chocolate bar. The cookies and cream is my favorite flavor. So usually I'll have something like this. Not necessarily this, because I was just introduced to this the other day through the Hungry Root box, but something like this, like a healthier alternative to something that is typically what I'll do. Here. or I'll have a Barbell, or I'll do some fruit or something like that. The chips that I just gave Ryan are a good example of something that I might do. So like, it's not like protein chips or anything like that, but it's just a healthier option than like Pringles. The serving size for this is 14 chips. I'm not eating 14 chips most likely, but 14 chips is 18 grams of carbs, and I'm likely to have less than that. The ingredients on something like this is also like way less. So it's dry potato flakes, palm oil, starch, salt, sugar, and white pepper. That's it. Like, there's no long list of ingredients. So just choosing things that are better for me, things that are gonna digest better. That's what I will do if I snack. But like I said, I don't usually snack. So that's why you don't usually see my snacks in my what I eat in a day videos, because I'm just not eating any snacks. But yeah, these are some great examples of some things that I would have if I was to have a snack, or like I said, some fruit. I always have bananas right there. There's always strawberries in my fridge, always grapes in my fridge. But other than that, I'll drink a coffee or a matcha or something. But yeah, all right, see you for dinner. All right, so it's dinner time now. I'm going to make the protein pasta I was talking about earlier in this video. This meal did come from my Hungry Root order, and I feel like I've said Hungry Root so many times that this feels like a sponsored post, but I promise it's not. They have like the recipe online, so basically they send you the ingredients and you can make the meal however you want to make it. But they also, in case you're like new to cooking, they give you like a little recipe. I'm gonna make what they showed me, but I'm gonna put my own little spin on it, and I'm not gonna make it exactly as they said to make it. For this recipe, they gave me protein pasta, and this protein pasta, if you remember in my last video, I was talking about how I didn't really like the Barilla protein pasta, and it's not because it doesn't taste good. It's just because for it to be protein pasta, it has like 10 grams of protein, when typical pasta has like 7 grams of protein in it anyway. So going from 7 to 10, I don't really understand how that's really protein pasta. But I was saying that there are other brands that I do prefer better. This brand I've never tried before, but I like, it says it has 21 grams of protein. So that is a lot better than the 10 grams that you get with the Barilla protein pasta. And it also has 9 grams of fiber in it as well, which is great. For the recipe that they gave me, it's really just the pasta, tomato sauce, marinara, and this chicken sausage, but I'm gonna add in some more protein. And instead of just chicken sausage, I'm also gonna do turkey, ground turkey in there just to add some more. And then I also have some Parmesan cheese that I'm probably just gonna like sprinkle on top. I have some fresh basil in here, garlic, and I think I might even make this spicy with a little bit of that Calabrian chili paste that I like. If I can find it. I'm like 100% sure I have more of this sauce. I knew I wasn't bugging. I'm talking about this one from Trader Joe's, the Italian Bomba hot pepper sauce. Once again, this is for my spicy food girls. If that's not you, do not touch this stuff. Prep for this should be pretty simple. I'll do the meats last. I'll start by just prepping. It's really just the garlic that needs prepping. I was trying to see if I had a shallot instead, but I think like an actual onion will be fine for this. And then for the onion, I don't think we need that much, probably just about this much. But of course, add more or less depending on your taste buds. And then the only thing I have left to chop up is the chicken sausage. Scratch that, because I've actually never cooked with like this type of sausage before. So I'm thinking I was gonna just like chop it up and put it in the pasta like sliced. No. I did not know when you have sausage, you're supposed to like squeeze the actual chicken out of there. I did not know that. But good thing I have my instructions right here that I'm looking at. So this you just warm up on the side. That's actually even better. So since that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and start to boil the pasta for this and get this cooking, and then just cook up everything that I have right here. actually have a better tool for this that I'll pull out in a second. Let me just get the other one. This is that little tool I was talking about that just makes like stomping up the meat easier. I think I got it on Amazon, but so far this is really, really easy. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the marinara sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and the Calabrian chili peppers that I was just talking about. Pasta's almost done, sauce is almost done. So I'm just gonna add in, I'm just gonna slice it up, some fresh basil. And then I'm just gonna let it simmer until everything is ready. I thought the camera was recording, but it was not. I just added about half a cup of pasta water into this, into the chicken sausage and tomato sauce in there with the basil, and that's just simmering while this finishes up. I think this is probably like actually done now. And then I'll just slowly add that in here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dig right into this, see what this is talking about. Pasta on there. The basil was a perfect thing to add on top. The pasta, you know, sometimes protein pasta can be kind of weird. It's not weird at all. The consistency of the actual pasta is like normal pasta, and you're getting a lot of protein in here. Y'all already know I'm about to demolish this off camera. So that will be it for today's What I Eat in a Day. Once again, I genuinely hope that you are enjoying these videos. I'm definitely enjoying making them. I think in the next one, I'm gonna attempt to make those cottage cheese pancakes that I had this morning from scratch. So stay tuned for that. I have a new What I Eat in a Day coming out every single Sunday. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Bali, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes.